Brad, you good, man? You got an opening?
Brad, how much did this mean to you tonight? How would you define what it means to you in the entirety of your career?
It's hard to describe. I mean, these moments are so few and far between. The amount of work that goes into something like this, like it doesn't start this year. It didn't start last year. Like it started, 36 years ago. And you don't ever expect to get to a level like this. You really don't ever dream to get to a level like this. You dream of playing in the NHL, and this is the 1% of the 1%. And when you get out on the ice with this group and you're playing for your country and you have that opportunity, those are the things that not only you remember forever, but your family remembers forever, and your entire country remembers forever. And, this game, this tournament's going to be talked about for a long time. And you really can't describe how much it means. Honestly, it means a ton to the entire country, but we obviously try to be really even keel in the room. We try not to let outside distractions come inside. We just try to focus on the day-to-day and doing the job while we're in there. But we know the importance of these games and these tournaments to our friends, our families, our country, and Hockey Canada, what it means to hockey all across Canada. And that's the pressure that you invite, that you want, that you cherish, and to be part of this group, it'll be one of the best teams to ever lace up the hockey skates. Some of the players will be the best to ever play the game, and to be out there with them, it's not a given. I mean, just because you made the team at any point, injuries happen, and you see it, how it happens to guys throughout the tournament and stuff, and it can happen before, and it can change the course of the opportunity. So these things have an incredible impact on all of us, and whether we are forthcoming with that in the media beforehand or during the tournament, it's because we're focused on doing the job at the time. But what the weight that we carry, the importance of this for the guys in that room, for the guys that are behind the bench, for everybody that put this team together, for everyone that was invested in the travel and things behind the scenes. Like there's an incredible amount of pride that you really can't put into words. But you see it in that last moment when we win. That's where it comes out.
You called this the best team you've ever played against. Last week, after all the punches were thrown, Matthew said, "This is our time." Yeah. What does it mean to have it be your time?
Yeah, I said it's the best team that we've ever played against. I didn't say the best team ever. They were an incredible opponent. I mean, they competed at the highest level, and I do stand behind that. That's a great team over there. It's a game of inches. That's what it comes down to. We get the saves of Ray Binner. I mean, you got to give all the credit in the world to Binner. In overtime, he made 5 or 6 unbelievable saves that completely changed the course of that game. And tonight we won the game in inches. And that's the tough thing about these games, where it's a one-off and single game eliminations. They're tough to win. Like I said, they're a great group, but we were a little bit better tonight.
How good was that game? And what's kind of the feeling on the bench? Where, as you mentioned, there's so many ebbs and flows and inches to be won.
It's exciting. It's pure excitement on there. The one thing that I can say about our group is everybody has been in a big moment for the most part. A lot of guys are very comfortable in those games, and never felt nervous for 1 second. And I think that most of the entire group, I don't think anyone was nervous. We believed in our group and our game plan, and we knew what we could accomplish if we just continued to push. We got a lot of guys that are game breakers in that room, and it takes them a split second to make a play, and we had a few tonight that were the difference.
Brad, you won and lost huge games like this, games of do-or-die kind of magnitude. What do you think it means for Connor McDavid to have gone through what he went through last year and come out as the guy who delivers this shot?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can ever look at him and say he's not going to be the guy that comes through. I mean, he, again, will be one of the best players to ever play the game. And he has that kind of, the biggest thing about him, I think, is his competitive edge that he has, his will to be, the best and to want to deliver in these moments. there's guys that want to do it, and there's guys that hope they can do it. He's the guy that wants to deliver and takes pride in that. And when you have that mixed with that skill, it's dangerous. It's nice to have him on your side. But every time you gain experience from wins or losses, from ups and downs, you learn a tremendous amount about yourself and how you deal with things and how you're able to push through it or handle it differently. And I definitely think he learned from his runs and the failures, successes he's had his whole career. This is another feather in his cap of why he's going to be one of the greatest of all time.
Brad, what does this game and this tournament do for both your home country and your adopted country? The future of the game in both.
I think that people understand or are starting to understand that the level of emotion that's played in the game of hockey, the pride that we have. I think that's one thing that you don't necessarily see in every sport, but it's all you see at this level of the game. When you get the best players of the NHL and you put them on the ice together, that's what comes out. Obviously the skill and the skating and the work that guys put in, but it's the pride that they have, to want to win and the will to win. And you're willing to do anything. And on and off the ice, how you got to come together. I think it's going to obviously help the game grow. There's been so much media coverage for the game for this tournament. It's definitely going to help the game grow, which is great. But I think the biggest thing is now fans are going to really look forward to the next one. There's a lot of chatter beforehand about not sure how this tournament was going to go and how the players are going to be. And bet your bottom dollar the next one's going to be good.
Fred, do you ever talk about your own personal accomplishments? You always say it's about the team, you'll talk about it when you retire. This is your 6th gold medal. You and Sidney Crosby both have 6 gold medals. What can you say about that? That's quite an accomplishment.
I know that. To be honest with you. I think, again, it's one of those things where every opportunity is extremely rare and you're extremely grateful for the moment. I even said after the game, he said to me, it's how much more do you appreciate it now after everything we've been through and how old we are and how long it's been from the last one. These aren't things that are given. There's an extreme amount of work that goes into it on a daily basis year round. And not one guy in that room is there by chance or there by luck. It's because of a lifetime of dedication to the sport. When you have that, when you have guys that grow up like that and are built like that, we know as Canadian players the only outcome that is acceptable is a gold medal. So we don't come into the tournament hoping to get to the finals or hoping to get to the medal round. It's gold or bust. Obviously we're extremely fortunate to have the caliber of players we do in our country and on this team, but I also think it speaks to the management group and the coaching staff and how they build these teams with character and guys that are just pure determination and workhorses, and they build a team. They don't necessarily build the best players, they build the best team, and you see that all the time.
It was a short runway. What do you remember about this group?
One of the biggest things, obviously, I love the way that we came together as a team. Everybody bonded so quick, and
Yes.
I had a couple of too.
Just stay down here.
I love the way that we came together as a team. But what I love having a look behind the scenes of what makes all these top players the top players, and there's so many different things. You can go through the room of why each guy is there and what got them there and where they excel. But I love that there's not one ego in that room. At the second everybody came together in that room, everyone was the most humble guy on the team, and it didn't matter who they were. Again, there's going to be a lot of guys that'll be some of the best that ever play the game, and you would never know that when you walk in that dressing room, and to be able to put everybody's ego aside when you come in there and just to do whatever it takes to